and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for Sagittarius today. So Sagittarius, I will be doing a you and them reading. I'll pull cards for your energy and I will pull cards for your person's energy. This relationship is just basically the one on your mind that you came here for. And so if it resonates, claim it and hit the like button, please, because YouTube loves the algorithm and that's a really great way to help get my channel out there. If you really like what you hear, or just the way that I read, then please subscribe. Like, I'd love to have, I love it when I get new subscribers because it's like, I don't know, I like it, it's nice. Okay, so I'm going to cleanse your space, cleanse the cards here with some Palo Santo. And I'm going to be asking Spirit to give us some messages for your greatest and highest good, and for that for you and your person, and for the nature of the relationship. Okay. So I'll be pulling cards on that, on your energy, their energy, the nature of the relationship as it stands now, and the potential outcome. Okay. Now, if you find that the reading does not resonate with you, go ahead and check your sun, moon, and rising, okay? But this message is for Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Excuse me. Sagittarius. 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 Okay, in Sagittarius, on the bottom of the deck, we have the moon. So there are things that are hidden right now. You or your person may be behaving in their shadow aspects, okay? You may not be really quite feeling in your element. There could be some fears, but we'll get into it and we'll see what the cards tell us, okay? So on your side, you have the Nine of Cups, the Hierophant, Two of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. So with regard to this commitment here, and even with regard to your doctrine, right? Your ethos, just your inner guidance, that you could really be like in the midst of making a decision on whatever it is, and with the Nine of Cups, there can be a little bit of a fake it till you make it energy going on right now for you. But ultimately, holding this energy, holding this decision of what you're going to do, what next action you're going to take with regard to what you're wanting to invest in, commit to, and in such a way that it's going to speak to your ideology. Through this process, you are taking good care of yourself, okay? You're trying to stay grounded, or you are staying grounded in the midst of this, and you are really doing your best to nurture yourself and those around you. But you do want to be aware of overindulgence. You could also be, maybe hosting people right now, really kind of being gregarious with other people and just kind of putting your best foot forward, but, you know, maybe doing it in such a way of not really showing anybody how much anxiety or worry or any other kind of internal deeper struggles, not showing with the moon, of what you're actually really going through, okay? And with your person, you have the 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the High Priestess. So they're overthinking a lot right now, and pardon me for picking my ear. They are up in their head a bit right now. You two could have had an argument about something, and we'll see, hopefully we'll see more as we clarify. But, you know, perhaps they took the opportunity to start the argument with you. Because with the Ace of Wands right underneath that, that's like seizing an opportunity, right? It also speaks to, you know, somebody being like, okay, well, what do I want to start next? Like I'm at the very beginning of my next action phase. Like, what do I want that to look like? So they could have revealed that to you somehow, and then it caused some kind of disagreement, some kind of argument with the 5 of Swords. This could also be self-sabotaging energy as well. They could have just really been in their head, kind of having internal conflict with themselves as well. I mean, that's right underneath the 8 of Swords. And with the High Priestess here, I'm not entirely, maybe they didn't tell you what that was. You know, we'll see what this is about, because it doesn't feel like you two are very connected right now. I mean, it almost feels like you both have your own experiences going on parallel to one another. But because we have the 4 of Swords in the middle of you two, so perhaps there was an argument and you guys decided to maybe kind of take some space. You know, whatever it is not readily seen with the moon energy here. And at the potential outcome, Queen of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, and High Priestess, you know, this is a connection with some history under its belt, right? There's memories here. There's soul recognition. There's a connection. And whatever that connection is, I can't really tell. It could be a sibling. It could be a partner, former partner. I would say business partner, but I'm really not seeing any pentacles. But we'll see as we get into it. So let's look at the 9 of Cups to start. Okay, what is this 9 of Cups energy all about? There you are, Sagittarius. We have the Temperance. We have the Temperance, the King of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords. So right now it's like you're being reformed. You're being reformed. You're going through a huge inner transformation with regard to your sense of stability, your sense of, you know, being the master and commander over your own tangibles, you know. But in that process, there's something about, or I should say, something about this process that has you up in your head, worrying a bit, maybe thinking of all the different decisions you could make with regard to it, and kind of trying to connect the dots of like, okay, you know, if I make this decision, what might happen here? If I make that decision, what might happen there? Stuff like that. Kind of going through your life right now like a choose your own adventure book, you know? But this is deeply transformative. And that is what's hidden from other people. Like, this is such a deep process for you, but you're not sharing that with others. You are showing them your gregarious side, you know? You are also in the energy of like, well, I might not super feel like I've been reformed and changed and made anew right now, but I'm gonna act as if. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, the Hierophant is clarified by the Four of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. So, you know, with regard, I don't know what this relationship is yet, okay? I want to say that maybe this person wanted to deepen the relationship, take it to the next level, and perhaps suggesting that if they did in fact suggest it, whether they did so with their words or with their energy, you got the feeling to back off here, to take a step back, because you're going through something else right now, right? Something very, very individual, like it for you, like it internally. But what you are willing to give is some friendship. It's fun hanging out. You know, this is fun. And when it stays in the fun energy, maybe you'll come back out to play. But, you know, if someone's going to start talking wedding bells, marriage proposals, or commitment, or any of that, whatever it is, you're taking a step back in response to that. And who knows, maybe it was like, I mean, it's basically suggesting a commitment of some kind. So this could have been somebody coming in and being like, okay, yeah, let's commit to going into a business together that has to do with like both of our ideologies, and like, because we really see eye to eye on all this stuff. And, you know, here's this high priestess energy over here, very psychic, very intuitive, and all that. And you're like, I don't know if I want to go into business with you, but I do want to, you know, maybe make out sometimes and have a few drinks. I mean, that's what that looks like to me. Okay, Two of Wands. All right, Two of Wands clarified by the Strength, the Hanged Man, and the Hierophant. Woo! Dang. You got the Hierophant here twice. And you have 3 major arcana clarifying this decision. So yeah, Sagittarius, this is huge. I mean, you know that already, because in the finish, this is going to be something that really transforms you. And it looks like it can be a very painful process with the Hanged Man and the Temperance, right? So you are, this decision here with the Two of Wands, like, it's really putting you in a space of a spiritual awakening and a, ego integration, character integration. And it is very much about your spiritual practice. Because the hangman next to the Hierophant is very much, speaks very much to a spiritual understanding of oneself, awakening, having surrendered to something and then been in this surrendering space for so long, just still and sitting with the raw, pain and raw transformation, like discomfort and, just being in it. Things are really changing for you in your perspective on something, perhaps even maybe your practice on something. Integrating the higher consciousness and the base desires right now to kind of find that tonal center. And not even just find it. I get the sense that you have a pretty strong grasp on it, but something has come up and challenged it. Hence kind of being like, okay, really? I should probably go into deep meditation on this. Perhaps this person said something to you that was really like, what? Like I hadn't thought about it like that before, but now I'm thinking about it a whole hell of a lot. Thanks. Thanks for disrupting my peace and tranquility. Kind of coming in and fucking my shit up right now. But keep in mind, Sagittarius, that like you are the owner and the keeper of your own spiritual practice, no matter what. And that is an evolution and a fine-tuning and a tailoring that just happens over time and comes with experiences and new perspectives, and just it belongs to you. And it could take any shape that it needs to take on along the path of life, right? And so I'm glad to see the Queen of Pentacles here, because I feel like you really do need to be so gentle with yourself and others right now, and taking such good care, and getting the rest that you need. And I get the sense that you are more privy to these energies. I mean, you're privy to all the energies, but I don't see you like super feeding this Eight of Swords energy. I feel like you're taking this energy and transmuting it into this. Using it, like not just using it, but like really taking it in, letting it percolate rather than catastrophize, this is a very surface level, from the neck up experience here, and it obviously give you anxiety in your body, but this speaks to the soul, the spirit, the internal. Yeah, something shook you. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Nice. Nice. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. So, yeah, you're really hunkering down, I think. Because the Nine of Wands is, the Nine of Wands is a guarded energy. You know, there's like a licking of wounds, like you're licking your wounds right now. It'll be really interesting what came out over here. Because I get the sense that whatever opportunity this person took to start a fight with you just really kind of knocked you off balance. And you're like, okay, no. I don't know. I still can't quite pin my finger down on the story, but that's okay. You know, reading the energies and you put them where they need to go, right? But, you know, ultimately you have a lot of passion around whatever it is you're percolating right now. And I feel like you're wanting to do this, like whatever this is, I feel like you want this to be a solo venture. Like maybe not completely solo, but you want to be the one in charge. This is your baby, whatever it is, you know. Because there's something about the spiritual, and there's I think like maybe the fake it till you make it energy, the gregarious energy that you're showing people is in the fun times, you know. But there's something very, like, so much more profound that you're internally working through right now. And with the Queen of Pentacles here, kind of double Queen of Pentacles, you know, you're really taking very good care of yourself and this process. This decision was not made lightly at all. And I don't know what it is, you know, but it's something that's very, it's a brand new beginning, a brand new thing that's going to speak to your new identity, or a new aspect of your identity development, which goes right underneath the Strength card, you know, like an integration. Okay, and underneath the Temperance, which is transformative process. A lot of transformation happening here on a soul level. Okay, Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is clarified by the King of Cups, the Emperor, and the Page of Pentacles. So I think that this person has been up in their head about how they've been how they've been approaching you. I get the sense that maybe whatever the situation was, maybe they wanted to take control of it in some way. But they were doing it in such a way that was, oh, well, here I'm trying to help you. You know, I love you. And this is why I want to come in and try to set structure and do this. And here I'm going to come in a very non-threatening way with all this loving care, but, you know, trying to basically take over and be the boss. It's like, if this person is thinking about, is saying that about what you're holding on to and what you're doing and dealing with, then I don't get the sense that you would want that, because like I said before, like, this is an internal, this is something that belongs to you, you know? I still don't know really quite what it is, but that's the energy that I get by looking at this. You know, because the Emperor is like the me, myself, and I card, you know. In their shadow energy, they can be very controlling. Yeah, I want to see more. So the Five of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Wands, the World, and the Six of Swords. So, you know, I think they came in pretty hot with some communication, right? And I don't know if they were suggesting like a leveling up or an ending, but whatever it was that they came in and communicated, it caused conflict. And then it caused withdrawal over here and withdrawal over here. Like they're sailing off this way because, you know, given what they brought up, they took the opportunity to bring this up and to bring something forward. Because when I see this card, I get it as a suggestion. Like here, like, let's do this. And whatever it was, it brought in conflict. You didn't agree. You didn't like their, you know, you didn't agree with what they were offering. And it caused them to go this way. And it caused you to maybe shut down a little bit too. Yeah, this person made a judgment call and they made a snap decision. But they felt, I think that they felt somewhat safe to do so because they do have a close relationship with you. And they have experienced this as like a very strong collaboration. Like there was something in them that said that, you know, hey, maybe I'll come forward and I'll offer this idea for the future planting of the seed, you know. but somewhat meekly in a way. Like, I think that they came across as, they were trying to come across as unassuming, but yet they have this powerful energy behind that. So maybe you felt that they were coming across as kind of manipulative. Because, you know, another aspect of this card that I learned recently from my teacher, Megan Angus, is that this is not two children. This is like a little girl and a little person, like a little adult dressed in children's clothing. And so there's a little bit of a trickery here. And on the bottom of the deck of pulling these cards, there's a revelation, there's a truth, right? And what people might miss on this card is that there's this guard of the space. I think it's called the guard in the garden. They're walking away. They're turning their back to something quite nefarious that could be taking place here. But that's like the old-timey story behind this card. But this, I think, feels like a work relationship, some sort of collaboration here with regard to the spiritual, or like with regard to some sort of future commitment, a future commitment on your side that actually speaks like something that you invest your personhood into. It's not just something you do. It's like who you are and what you're doing. And it's something that's really important to you. And it's a part of your continual identity formation. This identity formation is connected to your inner ethos, your inner spirituality, your doctrine, you know. Yeah. So I'm getting the sense here that like something was said, something was suggested, and it was done so in such a way that might have made you feel a little manipulated. It could have made you feel like kind of strong-armed, like somebody was trying to come in and take control of the idea, of the goal, of the next step, of whatever it was. And I don't know what it was, something, you know, and that made you back off a bit. Okay, let's look at the High Priestess. You know, and maybe they think that they're really coming forth with a lot of love and a lot of grounded emotional energy. And, you know, maybe it's one of those situations where somebody's like, well, I think you really need my guidance here. And I'm doing it because I love you. You know, but once they made their proposal, their offer, it didn't land very well, whatever it was, whatever they were proposing. And now, you know, and they're in their head about it right now with how they showed up. Because how they showed up and what they communicated caused a conflict and, you know, maybe even sabotaged their role in this, and it gave you the impetus to shut down with the Four of Swords on either side here and the Nine of Wands here. And the Four of Swords is on either side of the Hierophant. So, you know, you could very well have been, this has affected your sense of, like, your sense of self, I feel like. The other piece about the Hierophant is like, no, we're doing it like this. Like, this is how you do it, by the book, right? There's a rigidity that comes with that. There's a rigidity in the Hierophant energy. There's also like a rigidity a bit in the Emperor too. And like, I like how all the books are behind her. It's like, by the book, right? By the book. Like, there's a way to do this. And then maybe this person suggested another way to do something that wasn't by your book. And so that caused you to go underground for a little while and really kind of sit in that raw experience as you're percolating on this and changing your perspective, or changing a part of your perspective even. Okay, so the High Priestess is clarified by the Ten of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So, you know, it's a really interesting combination of cards. This is a really interesting combination of cards. I think that this person is feeling a bit overwhelmed right now about, you know, overwhelmed with their choices, but also overwhelmed with all the feelings that they're having. Because they're being invited to, you know, plumb the depths of their own psyche, and then maybe even invited into the underworld, you know. And in between that, there's this sense of happily ever after and everything. It's like they're wanting to find their bliss, but they're overwhelmed and confused. Maybe they're stepping into this journey right here. Perhaps they're feeling like, in the pursuit of this bliss, that, like, in the pursuit of this bliss, they know that they have to go into the underworld of some sort and plumb the you know, plunge into the waters of their own psyche, and are just I mean, maybe they know that they have to do that, and they're going to be doing it with some verve. But maybe their commitment to that process is, you know, a little wishy-washy, you know. They might be really into it one day and not in the next. Huh. And we have the Six of Cups here twice. So, like, between you two, there is a bond, there is history. And I think it was on account of that bond and that history that they made this snap decision on how to collaborate with regard of whatever it is you guys are collaborating on, and it didn't land very well. And on account of that, they're kind of like, okay, well, I clearly have more to learn here, maybe, about myself and about this process of how to get to my bliss. I don't know. Like, this part is, I mean, speak about confusion, right? I'm looking at it, I'm like, what else can I glean from that? I mean, I think that this, with the Ten of Cups being underneath the Six of Cups, I believe that their relationship with you does bring them a lot of joy, and it helps them feel like they are in the community, you know, a part of something, and that's really healthy. But there's confusion here. There was a little bit of a fallout. I get the sense that whatever the issue was, that you guys are just taking a temporary step back from the conversation right now, because however it landed, like, didn't land well. There was an argument, and like, you know, but given that you guys have a special bond, excuse me, this is the third time I've yawned here, I apologize. Given that you have a special bond here, you know, I feel like you guys are probably just taking a time out right now and will come back together and renegotiate. I think that once you kind of come out of this Hanged Man energy, that you'll be ready to engage. You'll have more clarity in how you want to, you know, discuss the matter, revisit the matter. You know, perhaps you'll do it over a couple of drinks, you know, but, you know, remain clear in your mind. So we can do the Six of Cups here, I guess. That can speak more to how the outcome might look, since it's a bit hazy. Excuse me. Yeah, I think you guys are going to come back around again. You're going to reevaluate, and you're going to double down on your work with each other, you know, and you know, both of you, I feel like both of you this time, when you come back in to discuss this or to work on this, whatever this was or is, that you're both going to bring a sense of your independence, like, what strengths do you bring, what strengths do I bring, and how can we bring both of those things together here to master this endeavor. So the Six of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. You know, this person made a choice, and they got clearer. They made a choice, and they got clearer on what worked and what didn't in their suggestion, their proposal. And but it was all a learning experience, right? You're able to see, excuse me, how that came together. But I feel like in the nature of the relationship, kind of like in the middle with the Six of Cups, like, you guys are coming together and you're bringing, like, having an interdependent experience of working on this, whatever it is. Okay. Yeah, this whole, this argument, this disagreement, this conflict around whatever this is, really, really knocked you off your, like disrupted what you've always known. Like it came in really unexpectedly, this conflict, and it really got, even for you was an invitation, and you took the invitation right away. So the Four of Swords is clarified by the Moon, the Tower, and the Five of Swords. So this conflict, given that it kind of knocked you for a loop here, was something that you weren't expecting. I think the way that you took it and the way that you experienced it was, wow, this is shaking my foundation so much that I need to go and I need to really meditate on this. There's something I'm not seeing here. And this person either suggested something that would, maybe make you feel as if you were called out on something, or, kind of pulled the wool off, pulled the covers on this. Pulled the covers. Maybe this person tried calling you out for some bullshit somewhere along the way, because this is kind of a fake it till you make it. Maybe they came in and were like, hey man, like, I see what you're doing. I see what you're hiding. And, that shook you up. And you're like, well, I'm out. I'm going to go shut down. But while I do that, I'm going to meditate on that, because maybe I wasn't really fully aware that I was doing that, So this is all coming across like pretty vague. I'm definitely just describing some dynamics, and, so take it as it resonates. In a way, I'm actually quite glad that it's not so specific, which is nice, for a change. But yeah, so that's, this argument really knocked you off your balance here. But it did so, it looks as though, like, ultimately, it was a gift in some way, because you heeded the call and you went ahead and you went inward and you did a lot of growth. Whatever this was, it really kind of spoke to your growth here, further integration and changing you on a very soul level. So, and I'm not too sure, I can't, I've said everything that I can say on this person's part over here. It does look in the finish that that you guys want to come back and continue to work on this. Kind of getting business partner vibes. Or even maybe family vibes. Family that have gone into business with one another. Yeah, look at this. Ace of Pentacles. The new seed that's being planted for the long-term stability and the tangible. Yeah. Okay, well, that's what I have for you for the tarot portion. And it makes sense that the moon was the card for the overall energy for the reading. So I'm like, this is kind of vague here and there, but, I'm really glad that it wasn't all about some relationship that took a shit, like a love relationship. I'm like, I'm kind of getting sick of that storyline. Something else, please. But anyway, okay, let's pull some animal cards for you guys. Okay, Wolf, Pathfinder, release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Polar bear, mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities and carry the shaman within. Fox, clever. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. So I think I'm going to put the mystic here in the middle. And I'm going to put this cleverness over here because I feel that that really speaks to this snap decision that was made with this Ace of Wands business right in between this semi-trickery. Yeah. The other thing that just came to me here is the Independent card, the 9 of Pentacles, is coming up on your side and then working. And then, you know, Wheel of Karma, what have you. So the other thing, like I was saying, oh, well, you know, coming back together, 6 of Cups, this and that. But, you know, that's not entirely set in stone. I mean, nothing is ever really set in stone. These are energies. But another way that I'm reading this is like you could be coming out of here and being like, well, screw this collaboration. Yeah, we have our relationship, but, you know, I'm thinking that the relationship is going to be where it is and where it belongs. But what I'm doing, my idea, my Ace of Pentacle here is I'm gonna work on it on my own. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna do it myself. So that's that piece. Let me think of some, you know, I want to pick a couple of other, let's do this. I like this. Pick a couple of these cards and then we'll be done. Thank you for hanging in with the reading. I know this has been kind of long. Making the right decisions. Today I will search for my own truth and I will allow others to do the same. I will value the worth of my own vision and the vision of others. We are all on our own paths, making the decisions that are right for us today. Yeah, that sounds like it really speaks to this whole situation, whatever it is. Okay. Apologizing. Today I will try to be clear and healthy in my apologies, taking responsibility for my own actions and nobody else's. I will seek God's help in figuring out what I truly need to apologize for, and I will do so without reservation. Very good. Okay. Yeah, that's what I have for you guys. I'm going to give a couple of little flower petals because I feel there needs to be a little bit of salve, a little bit of sweetness thrown into the pot here. There's a lot of conflict happening right now. And I think that that's because there's a lot of transitions happening in the cosmos. I know that Saturn just moved into Pisces like almost 2 weeks ago. And so I think things are shifting for a lot of people. With regard to their boundaries and all the things. Okay, Buttercup, be ready. The best is on its way. Jasmine, success will be found if you hold on to hope. Very nice. Peony, prosperity can be assured if you care well for tomorrow. Yeah, I think that really speaks, I think that's really hopeful for, you know, what your endeavor is here. Okay, Sagittarius, that's what I have for you. Thank you so very much for joining me. I really hope that this was helpful for you, and I will see you next time. Okay, thanks. Bye.